around this time. And it seems like it's perfect because I really want us to focus on the meditation today. So I'm just going to give a few remarks. Do you ever notice that when somebody says, I'll be real brief, that they take 10 times longer than they normally do? Well, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So, having a strong back, a soft front, and an open heart is about courage. It's about vulnerability, and it's about openness to the paradox of love. And so that's what we have to have. We have to have that courage to stand up with a straight back in the face of whatever is on the news, whatever person or situation is in our life. We have to have the courage to stand up straight, to have a strong back. The disciple Andrew symbolizes strength. It's in the small of the back, so I have that be very appropriate because that's what it takes to have courage, is to stand straight, to be strong. To have a soft front means being vulnerable. And I think we have to have a strong back in order to have a soft front, right? Because when we're vulnerable, we are standing in the light of our own being, even though some people may not like it. Okay? Some people might not like us. So with that strong back, we're able to have a soft front. And then we're able to have a wild heart that's open to all the paradoxes of some of whom were listed in the book, talking about bouncing back and forth from in that paradox of love to be strong yet weak, right? To be fierce yet gentle. All those paradoxes are what it means to have a wild heart. So the human condition is that we sometimes shrink, right? We shrink in the face of all that's going on. We hide ourselves so that we can protect ourselves or deflect whatever's going on. And whether that be the good, the bad, or the ugly. Sometimes we don't even stand up to the good stuff, right? But especially we like to protect ourselves from the bad, from the ugly. And so the spiritual solution to this human condition is to have the courage to stand with a strong back, to have the courage to be vulnerable so that we can live in the paradoxes of love. So the affirmation is, I am vulnerable, I am brave, I am willing to see and be seen. I am vulnerable, I am brave, I am willing to see and be seen. Can you recite that with me? I am vulnerable, I am brave, I am willing to see and be seen. So as I was preparing for this, there was a question in the study guide that a bunch of unity ministers put together. And they said, think of a time, reflect on a time when you stayed awake to pain and contributed to healing. And I thought of the time when, I know this doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while I get strongly criticized for something that I do. And I was trying to justify to myself, how things should have been and how I should be appreciated and this, that, and the other. And we were studying, this was years ago, we were studying The Third Jesus by Deepak Chopra. And I went to my meditation hut just that morning and I decided that I was going to, that week was on contemplation. I was contemplate how to respond to this unjustified criticism. Well, not that it was unjustified, but that I didn't understand it, basically. So how was I going to respond to it? So I opened up his book, to the chapter, and he has these scriptures that we're supposed to contemplate, one a day or something. And here's what it said. It was on mercy, and it said, God is loving and kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful and compassionate, just as God is merciful and compassionate. And it was like Brene Brown says, dang. Dang, that is not what I wanted to hear in that moment. I didn't want to be merciful and compassionate. I wanted to be self-righteous and justified and all that stuff. But what happened was I took that in. I sat up straight on my cushion and I allowed my heart to be vulnerable. And I was given just totally complete guidance on how to handle the situation. Like what we teach, if you go to any of our getting to know Unity classes or board training or whatever, we talk about going direct, And so it was about me going direct to find out more information, tell me more. And as a result of that, I was so blessed because I took that painful criticism and I was able to make lemonade with it. I was able to see what was mine to do. And to know, and to sit in that paradox of this criticism came from people who loved me and wanted me to be all I could be. And that was the paradox. So, our how-to for today, because we're going to get into the meditation, is prayer and meditation. It is always prayer and meditation. In prayer and meditation is where we fortify ourselves, where I fortify myself by sitting on that cushion and with a straight spine, a strong back, a vulnerable, open heart to let Spirit reveal to me what needs to be revealed so that what needs to be healed can be healed. And so that then I can live with this wild heart in the face of paradox. And I celebrate that as a result of this chapter in the book, your study groups that you're doing, your soul circles, and this message of music, that we each go forth with a strong back to stay present to whatever is. A strong, soft front to be willing to be vulnerable, and a wild heart to be open to the paradox of love. And let's begin doing this in a longer meditation than usual. Look at the clock. Based on the Buddhist teaching of strong back, soft front. I got you awake. So now is the time to inhale, so that we might continue to exhale. Let's just individually and collectively come into the body. To relax and allow awareness to happen, because it's always happening without our effort. I invite you to hear the sound of my voice and other sounds in the room or even outside. And notice the silence that is also here. And that regardless of any sound, the silence itself is undisturbed. And just take a moment to rest in that silence and notice the qualities of that silence. Regardless of what's going on, the silence is open, receptive, without boundaries. Regardless of any sounds, the silence is undisturbed. And now become aware of sensations in your body, whether they be gross, hard sensations of your feet on the floor, your bottom in the chair, your back against the chair. Or subtle sensations, the beating of your heart, tingling, pulsing. And then bring your attention to the breath. The direct experience of the breath. The sensations of inhaling and exhaling. The gap between the exhale and the inhale. Notice the aliveness of the body in the breath and the sensations. Notice the attitude of your mind right now. Accepting the aliveness of the body, accepting the attitude of the mind, accepting it all. Now bring your attention to the back, to your back. The full length of the spine. Notice how it holds you up. Feel the support of your back. Strong back. Stable. Supportive, flexible, sturdy. Feel the capacity to meet anything with a strong back. And with that strong back, open yourself to a soft front. Feel the capacity to open and receive everything. Nothing left out. Vulnerable. open, receptive, caring. Strong back, open, soft front. We need the support of the strong back and the softness of the front so that we're not rigid. We need both. Strong back, soft front. Strong back, equanimity, support, stability, naturally arising. Soft front, open, receptive, caring, vulnerable, naturally arising. Experience strong back, soft front, as you feel the beat of your one wondrous, wild heart. Feel your heart beating in rhythm with the universal heart. In this conscious oneness, allow your heart to soften and expand. Surrender to the love, the passion, the paradox of the wild heart. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully, experiencing strong back, soft front, wild heart in the silence. And as we gently bring our attention back to this time and place, allow your heart to fill with gratitude for the courage to have a strong back, for the courage to have a vulnerable, open, soft front, and for the passion of a wild heart. Divine nature that I am, formless, I feel gratitude, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, that it is so, So it is, and so I am.